Plus, those cell wall components are held more tightly together over time. So we need to get at that plant before that happens and still balance out the amount of tonnage that's out there for us. There's a lot we can talk about in terms of forage quality. There's a lot of nutrients that we measure. In my mind, the most important ones are the NDF, the neutral detergent fiber, the cell wall, what percentage that is of the plant, and how digestible it is. Everything else kind of flows from that, because if the cow can eat more of that forage and get more out of it, she's going to grow more rumen microbes and produce protein that way. So crude protein, yeah, it's good to look at, but it's not the key critical factor. The key critical factor is the amount of NDF and the digestibility NDF. Later, as we're going to ensile this crop, another key critical factor is what dry matter is going into the silo, because that's going to determine the type of fermentation that occurs, and that's going to determine how many nutrients we get out of it when it comes out of the silo. We're with Mark Stanton, Stanton Farms, and Mark is in the middle of constructing a new bunker silo complex, feeding complex up here. So Mark, why don't you tell the folks about why you constructed this new facility for storing all your forages, and then we'll get in later about how it's constructed.
Through the CAFO laws that have come into play in the last few years, we determined, or through working through NRCS, and that our existing bunker silos don't meet the standards as far as having a filtration area. And as being an expanding farm, we felt in our best interest to, instead of trying to remodel that area down there, to move up here to this, make a new facility up here. And I think we're on the right track with it.
Now, if it wasn't for these regulations, would you have put the investment into building this facility where it is now?
Well, we were kind of in a unique situation. We constructed a lot of homemade bunker silos about 15 years ago, and they were showing a lot of deterioration. And I think probably we would have maybe made the move up here just so makes ourselves more efficient this way. Especially, since we're going to be an expanding farm, and we've grown from 60 cows in 1990 up to our current size of 360.
Right. So you have a lot of smaller silos here. What's that going to enable you to do as far as your storage strategy?
Well, what we're hoping to do is take all of our cuttings of haylage and put them in separate bunks. So our goal is to probably have enough for three to four cuttings of haylage, 2 bunker silos for corn silage, and then maybe another silo just to put into the rotation to have one empty all the time.
Why don't you show me some of the construction you've been doing?
Sure.